Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
This feels very late for me, and it's 6:58. Like it's like 9 a.m. Um, yeah. So how do we start this? We don't have like an opening.
I know that was actually something I was like writing down and I was gonna ask before I called you, but here we are recording. I was like, we need an intro for this. Or like, I don't know, maybe we should like intro as to why it took us like 6 months to record another episode.
You could do that
Actually, it's been
too.
like a year.
Has it really? No fucking way.
I'm pretty sure it's been like a year because didn't we record these when we were on our adventure in St. Thomas?
Probably. I think there's also somewhere I was like in my room, like
Let
at
me
the
see
house.
here.
So this was pre. This was, I don't know. Maybe it was also before St. Thomas. Oh, I need to go get food and coffee, and then I need to go for this run today too. Thought I was doing yoga today. I'm not doing yoga today. Um, we should like record like a little intro that we can just play on the top, and then we just introduce ourselves.
Is it like a song or is it like a what is this podcast about?
Like an intro. It doesn't have to necessarily be a song. Like for like my favorite murder has them like a song that they just recorded, but like the Office ladies, they're just like they just have like an already pre-recorded thing where she's like, "We were on The Office together, and now we have a podcast," and then they just
It
go
was
into it.
literally 1 year ago. It was 1 year ago
Today?
when these were posted. Not today, April 12th, 2024 was when we
Oh,
posted our first episode.
the day after my birthday. The day after my 30th birthday.
Well, okay, so the intro, it took us a year to record another podcast because we are lazy pieces of shit.
I mean, in a more positive way, we're just busy. Like we just got a lot going on.
We are busy. Like within the last year, there's been a lot that's happened. Like I moved from the island back to the States. That's one whole thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I moved to California.
that's a whole thing. That's like the other side of the country.
Yeah, I went from Florida to California, and I still, to this day, don't know if I actually moved here. I
Beach life, for
have
sure.
not seen the beach in a year. I haven't seen the beach since July last year. I'm like, ugh. I
That's
hate,
pretty wild.
I hate California beaches though. Like, not to like, I don't like LA either. I am not like I thought I was supposed to be a California girl. Then I got out here, and I'm like, I just really like the mountains. That's what it is. I'm a mountain girl.
I'm a mountain girl myself. I like mountains.
Yeah, I'm like I like the mountains. I don't mind the beach, but like the Pacific Ocean isn't the ocean for me. Pacifically.
Why? Are you more like Caribbean vibes?
Yeah, I absolutely have been spoiled from going to the Bahamas and the Florida Keys. Like I need to see the bottom of the ocean. Like I have a weird fear of like I don't hate the ocean. I'm not scared of the ocean, but I'm scared of what's in it.
I'm absolutely terrified of sharks, so I feel
Ye-
you on that.
Yeah, I'm like it's not even really sharks. Like sharks are scary for sure, especially out here in the freaking Pacific Ocean where they're everywhere. But
I feel like
yeah.
there are more sharks in Florida. Like Shark Tracker has way more sharks than Florida.
Yeah, maybe, but I feel like there's more shark attacks in like because like in Florida, I feel like there's more like nurse sharks. There's more like docile sharks in like the warmer because like sharks don't really do warm water. So it's like they're right there and like where like the Atlantic meets the warm water. So they're kind of like out there, but they're pretty far away from like mainlands. Like the only ones that come up are like the nice sharks, like the nurse sharks and like the like like the sharks you can swim with. And then of course I'm sure there's like other sharks in there, but like you have great fucking whites breaching up at Huntington. Like there's like the most shark attacks that I heard about growing up were from like Huntington Beach or like Hawaii. Like it's always been like the Pacific Ocean where people have been like just like chomped.
But that's like deep Pacific though. Like you're
It's
in like
not.
California.
It's
It
not deep. No,
is.
girl. Huntington Beach. I've been to Huntington
Hawaii?
Beach. I've seen
Oh, I'm
sharks.
talking about Hawaii.
Oh, well, yeah, no, but like Bethany Hamilton, who was, I think that's her name. She was the one that I like grew up with, and she was surfing in Huntington Beach, and she got her freaking arm chopped off, like bit off by a shark. She's got one arm. She's got a whole book called Soul
Well,
Surfer, and like I've been deathly
oh yeah, I
scared.
remember that movie.
Yeah, I got deathly scared of sharks in Huntington Beach, and like I used to go there all of the time because my aunt lived in San Diego, and so we just go out there. Like my church and everything was like out. Like, oh, it was so scary.
But
I was like,
like
I've
New
seen sharks.
Smyrna, Florida is the shark capital of the world.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I guess maybe it doesn't make much sense, but to me, like I guess I've never seen a shark in Florida, so like I've never had
I
that like.
have. I've seen all the sharks I've seen are in Florida or the Caribbean.
Which is crazy. Maybe it's just because you've been there more often. Every time I'm in the Caribbean, I see dolphins. Like I see dolphins every time I go to the beach in Florida. I see dolphins, I see sea turtles, I see manatees.
But I also feel like I go to the beach way more than you go to the beach. Period.
Uh, not really. Not when I was living in Florida. Like I just went to the beach all the time in Florida. I went to Venice Beach all
Yeah,
the
but you
time,
haven't
Shark
been to the
Beach.
beach in a year,
Yeah,
is my
not
point.
yeah, that's true. But what I'm saying is like growing up, like and being out in Florida and like being in like Nassau in the Bahamas, like I was on the beach every day, multiple
I
hours,
mean,
and
I grew up in Hawaii, so
but like in different oceans. That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, I think it's because like you're more scared of Florida because that's not where you grew up, so you're not used to seeing all of that stuff, whereas like I'm used to the Pacific Ocean, so like I'm like fuck the Pacific Ocean. I haven't had any bad experience. I think it's just because of like where we grew up, you know what I mean?
I guess. I don't know.
I, f-
But we've diverted again, back on track.
I
Why
mean,
we haven't recorded in a year?
I've been too busy
Too
not at
busy not
beaches.
liking certain oceans because of certain sharks.
Just being very very bigoted against oceans
Not
and
going to the beach.
prejudice against sea creatures. And I'm like, no,
but
it's better. And you're like, I don't know.
but we're gonna record this week lots of episodes to make the people happy.
I mean, we're gonna try. This is what we do every week. I still got to do this stupid
Yeah.
half marathon that
But
I'm
what we're
getting ready
gonna start
for.
doing is like recording our unfiltered phone conversations and then, as I said yesterday, chop and screw them for the viewers to listen.
Hit them with a remix.
The remix. Anyways,
Oh,
this is Don't Tell My Mom podcast.
I'm Faye,
I'm Foxy.
and you probably won't be able to tell our voices apart for a while.
Because we're both smoking weed.
And we both kind of sound the same, not gonna lie.
Yeah, kind of. I think we have similar. We should put it in like an audio thing and see like how close they are.
So I'm like, every time I'm on my podcast, like listening to podcasts, people always think like it's not the people that I'm talking about, and then I'm like, how do you not hear the differences? And then like now that I'm talking to you, I'm like, maybe that's why, because I honestly don't hear the difference in our voice sometimes. Like we do kind of talk the same. Ugh,
We share a brain cell sometimes.
dude, I got on a lease. I've got like 3 brain cells that I just rent out to people. You and Allie share like the same 2 brain cells.
Yeah, I have like you and one other friend I talk to pretty much daily that I think we all have similar brain chemistry.
Just have shared custody of the same 3 brain cells. I'm putting a
But
band-aid on my cut right now, so that's what's happening.
oh yeah, Faye like almost needed stitches. She probably does need stitches.
It's
But
healed up.
she's just self-caring right now.
It's healed up. It's like it looks a lot better than it did. It has not bled through this band-aid.
So what were we going to talk about on this episode?
I thought we were gonna do traveling. We started talking about Burning Man and the murder at Burning Man, and then we weren't recording, so
Burning Man, right. Let's jump back to that because I just got back from Burning Man last week and Burning Man had its first murder.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. So all we know is Faye, fill in the fans.
I think it was the 29th, which was what? Friday? So sometime between, I think they said like 8 and 9 p.m. or 8:30 and 9:30 p.m.
It
The
was while the man was burning.
Yeah, they they have obviously like officers and like people on site, and somebody flagged down one of the Washoe, is that how you say it, county cops,
I
and
don't know the
they
county's name, but yeah.
it's like Washoe or something. It's Washoe, Washoe County, and they flagged him down, and there was a man about, they said about 200 pounds, between the ages of 35 and 45, with brown hair, laying in a pool of blood, and he was obviously deceased when they got there, and they have no suspects, no leads. The man has not been identified, and they
Which,
are
like,
just
I can't
mhm.
even imagine, honestly, trying to, like, go through that crime because, like, there's, like, 70,000 people who go to Burning Man. And it's basically, like, a city that we all throw up. So it's, like, different every time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
It's not like the same camp goes to the same spot every time. You could have moved down the block. I don't know. It's just like, we're only there for 7 days. I mean, really, some people are there longer, but like,
nine
yeah, I
days
just
is
can't.
the course of the event, is what they say officially. 9 days.
And there's no like cameras. It's not like there's cameras out there,
But
So
what
it's
I'm
just.
thinking, so like what I'm thinking is they're gonna have to be, because like how do you guys check in to campsites? Like how do they know who's there and who's paid?
So no. Okay, let me think about this because I don't actually know for sure, for one, because I've never bought my ticket like directly from them.
But like, do
I've
they
only
have
bought
people
it.
checking them? I've never been to Burning Man, so you're gonna have to like, how do they? I know they've got like big gates, right, that go out to Black Rock, and they can open and shut those gates. Correct?
They're not physical gates, but
Okay.
yes, there's like a gate. Basically, it's in the middle of the desert, Black Rock City, that's what they call it. You go out, it's like past Gerlach. It's like an hour from Reno, and then you go into the desert. The gates are like, I don't know. It's several miles from the main road into the actual entrance of Burning Man, and it's a complete desert dirt road situation. So that's why when the weather sucks, like when it rains, it like fucks everything up massively because everything turns to mud and you can't get in and out of those gates. Like you physically can't because there's so much mud that builds up onto your tires and stuff. So people get stuck there. So they tried really hard to keep the gates like open this year. But um there's like physical tickets. Like I had an actual physical ticket. Like I had to go drive like 4 hours to meet this girl who had my ticket and physically grab my ticket to go into the festival. And I don't really know how the whole like name transfer thing works, but I think it's like possibly attached to your name or whatever. And then as far as the camp goes, gosh, I don't really know like how they do because again, I'm like going with the homies who like run the camp, so I don't know if they like everyone has I mean everyone knows who like the camp leads know who's camping and stuff because they collect fees and stuff.
Right, but
But
what
it's
I'm saying,
not
like,
like
as like
Burning
in,
Man collects those fees.
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, what is like the overarching? Because like obviously the point of Burning Man is you go out there, you build a city, and then you like basically have to like rely on community and self reliance to get through the 9 days, and then you just burn it all at the end, leave no trace. Right? That's
Correct.
so
Correct. Yes.
in my
There's no
mind.
money out there.
So like in my mind, like this had to have been a crime of passion, or it had to have been like super planned, because like in my mind I'm like, how do you how do you get there? You know what I mean? Like how does that happen? Like how does that, how do you have a murder take place and no witnesses and nobody knows who that man is?
That
unless
Also,
they're not
it's
releasing
like,
us, unless they're not releasing information. But then that doesn't make sense to like not to like withhold the victim's name.
but I also don't know, like, was he found in his own camp or was he found in someone else's camp? Because, like, basically what you do when you go to Burning Man is you just run around everybody's camps, and, like, every camp, like, is doing something. Like, they're either, they're, like, they have, like, their own theme or whatever, so they're hosting these little parties all around the desert, and then you're just kind of basically going from tent to tent. So, like, that's why I'm like, was it his own camp? Because he very well could have ended up, down the block at some other camp partying with people he didn't know. And like, for me, if one of my friend goes off in Burning Man, I'm not gonna expect to re-link up with them or even worry about them, honestly, because like that's what you do. You just go off on the journey and you get back when you get back, if you get back, or you go somewhere else. And I don't know, like, it's not really like some, and like, this is the first murder that's ever happened in Burning Man, so like that just says generally, it's pretty safe out there, other than like getting run over by an art car or something like that, which is more likely to happen, I felt like, than a murder.
So I'm on the Reddit thread now. It's insane to think of, though, and somebody put it this way: in a city of 70,000 people, you can expect 8 to 20 deaths per week. You can expect one accidental death a week and one homicide every 3 months. This is the first homicide incident ever in 25 years in Burning Man.
Yeah, no, I
So
mean,
it's
and that's the
like,
thing too. Like, that's the, like, in any other city you can expect that, right? Which is crazy. But um yeah, there's never been like a murder. It's very like peace and love and sharing and caring. So I think that's why it's shocking, and it's just like, what happened?
I think that's really what it is. It's like, because there's no information. Like, we don't know, we just found he was found in a pool of blood. Like, we don't know if he was stabbed, if there was a gun. There was a dude that was arrested after Burning Man like a few hours ago on Monday. So like, I guess not a few hours ago. So arrested on
Yeah, for
Monday
what?
for violating a vehicle permit, and he had gun and drugs, and he was a felon. But
But
then
but
that's the
that
thing
could,
too. It's because it's like, well, it's Nevada. Like, there's, you know what I mean? Like, he's a felon. He shouldn't have had guns. But like, also, like,
yeah,
it's
that doesn't
Nevada.
sound like the same murder though, because this guy was like stabbed, wasn't he? Was he stabbed? He
No, it
was
doesn't
found in a
say.
pool of
That's what I'm
blood.
saying. It doesn't say like what happened. He just says that he was found in a pool of blood. It doesn't even say his own blood.
Right, that's why I'm like, who knows, like, what actually, like,
What
how did
happened?
I feel like usually they're like gunshot wound, and that's pretty obvious. So they
So what I'm
didn't say
thinking,
that.
what I'm seeing, and like just like from my love of murder and homicide, what I'm thinking is happening is they're not giving anybody information because they're trying to figure out who's talking and who's going to say what to give up information about them, because they're what it's looking like is they're going from like a very big pool, and it's like going to be really hard for them to figure out who did it. So they're withholding critical information, like what the injuries were. So like if somebody says something and be like, oh yeah, like I saw like, oh yeah, they had stab wounds or something. And it's like, well, nobody said that he was stabbed.
Right, right, right.
So I think they're just probably gonna have to like they're trying to be smarter with this information. But like also like
It's
at the
just
same time,
wild.
it's like, yeah, I'm like, my adrenaline's up. I'm like, I wanna like now I wanna like write a murder mystery about Burning Man.
I know, that's where I'm at. Cause also there's just like, I don't know, it's just gonna be so hard to crack, because like I said, it's not like there's like cameras out there, monitoring like, where did he left this camp, and at 10:60, 50 whatever he went to this camp.
And like,
It's
and the thing
nothing
is,
like
and
that.
it's so like it's intriguing because now you're gonna have to go with eyewitness testimonies, and you all know that these eyewitnesses are not gonna be reliable because God knows what the hell they had been doing, if they had been sleeping, if they had been
Literally that.
drinking, like you don't know. And then like, of course, there's no clocks out on the playa, like nobody's gonna know exactly what time went with what, so they're not gonna be able to like it's just crazy. And then like you're oh, it's insane. And then you're gonna oh. Oh, and then like what evidence? Like what physical evidence could you possibly leave on a playa?
Yeah, I mean, a pool of blood. I don't know. It
And
is just so.
it's just insane to think about because it's like also like how are you gonna get DNA? Like how are you gonna get DNA? How the crime scene's fucking compromised already. Like there's no way. Like footprints in, out, the dust storms, all of that. Like you're fucked. There's no way you're gonna be able to find footprints. You're not
How
gonna
long
be
has it
able to
been out
like
there for?
yeah, you're not gonna be able. There's no preserving evidence, and everybody's
Yeah.
gone. There's no like secluding like witnesses unless they've done it. That's the thing. I'm like, unless they've done something that we don't know about, like this seems like a very unsolvable crime.
Yeah, it's
Because like the other thing
crazy.
is too, it's like, how do you know that this person even knew this person? Like it could have been
Yeah.
completely fucking random.
And that's the thing too. It's like, it could have been like an altercation over something. Like, who knows, like, and that's
Exactly.
not, it sucks because that is like, yeah, it's the first death that it's ever happened. And that's also because I feel like the types of people who go out there, it's a very like hippie love art festival kind of thing. I will say everybody is on drugs though. Like,
And
everybody,
that's
I
not
mean, for the
and that's
most
not to
part.
say and that's not to say that drugs are bad and drugs cause you to do crime. Like I am
No,
not
absolutely
we are
not.
very
But
pro drug. I'm not
yeah,
trying
we
to,
are
and I'm not victim
definitely.
blaming at all. Like
No,
people should be able to do
but
drugs
I'm
and
just
not die.
saying, like, in the scheme of things,
Yeah,
who
exactly.
really knows what happened is more where,
Yeah.
when if we're going back to the eyewitness testimony,
Yeah, it's
like,
like
what if somebody had seen something like that and just thought they were tripping, and didn't think they really saw it?
or
Because
like
that's what
what
I
if they're
would think.
still what if they're still doing shit right now and they don't even realize what's happening and now they're gonna have to come to in like a day or two and go talk to police and like figure out what was reality and what wasn't. Like
Yeah.
like who's to say that they're even you know what I mean? Like there's just I don't know. Like the whole thing is just kind of crazy.
It is pretty crazy. And like I said, like, yeah, like, it's the first one that's ever happened, and it's just, this is my second time going to Burning Man, and I will say the experience was a lot different for me the second time around, because the first time I feel like I was just trying to figure it out, and I was like trying to survive, and the year I went the first time, there was just like crazy heat and stuff like that, but like basically you're just out there like surviving the elements with each other, and you really do just like you're just nicer and kinder when you're like out there trying to like figure it out together, so it's something you wouldn't expect. And like the old school burners that I like hang out with and I camp with and I go and all this stuff too, like they all pretty much recap the same like feelings and emotion, how like much just like society is changing as a whole. And like that was something we talked about a lot while we were out there, cuz like it was just funny cuz they were like these are guys who have been going for like over a decade, so they're very much like into the whole like 10 rules of Burning Man or command, or like
Yeah.
their ideals and whatnot.
Yeah.
um but like how much it's changed from like helping each other to just like it's just not that anymore. And also Starlink is on the playa. So now we're like I had internet pretty much the whole time. I didn't think I was going to have it cuz the first time I wasn't staying in an RV, but I stayed in my friend's RV this time and he had Starlink. So I pretty much was connected most of the time except for when I like walked to the porta potties or walked to go or was on my bike journeys.
Yeah. I
And I
just
did spend a lot of time at the camp this time because of all the bad weather.
yeah. I mean, I just think it's just as sad as it is to say, I think it's just like it's done. Like Burning Man's like done its time, and I think this is going to be a big push. Like they're not coming back from this.
It's interesting. I mean, I don't know. I think that it's a very strong community. Like 70,000 people go, but this was like the last couple of years have been so challenging for them. Like there was the flood year. That was I think 2023. Supposedly 2024 was awesome. I didn't go to that one. And then I went to this one, 2025. But I was reading while I was there how pretty much the organization is like out of money, like they've been out of money, and they keep having these like harsher weather conditions because, global warming and shit. Just saying. I know, like, it's real though. Global warming is real. When you start having crazy weather patterns out here like this, like that's what my friend was saying who had gone for a long time. He was like, he's never seen rain out here, but like a couple times, like one or two times. And then this year it rained every single day we were out there.
Right. And then like,
Every
but
day it rained. Every day it was a crazy ass 50-mile-an-hour windstorm, and then it would fucking rain until like 8 or 9 o'clock, and then it would be so soggy, so you can't really go out till it dries up until like 1 or 2 in the morning. Even just to be manageable, because it's like when it turns to clay, it's impossible to walk around in.
yeah, well, it melts, but like melts, but not melts. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
it like sinks into itself,
yeah, it sinks. It's
turns
crazy.
into mud
It's a
and
mess.
silt.
Yeah, but with all the like changes in the climate, and then yeah, society as a whole, like people just freaking mindlessly killing people for whatever reason. I just don't think there's any good reason to kill anyone at Burning Man. But like
That's
that was like also something that when we were talking about all this, me and my friend who had been going for a long time, I kind of was just like, I don't know, man. Like, I've always lived in the end of times. I feel like everyone talks about these times where people loved each other, and like our society since we've been around has been fucked.
yeah. I mean, to speak more to that, I feel like even what you're saying, like as far as like global warming and everything, like for sure I believe in global warming, but like being from Nevada and watching them buy up all of that desert for military grade experimentation, like they fuck with the weather out there. Like they don't want people out there because they do government testing. I mean, they used to do it, and this isn't even a conspiracy theory because they have childhood leukemia clusters in Fallon, Nevada because of the runoff from the atomic testing that we used to do. We used to have a mountain called Yucca Mountain in Las Vegas in the Nevada test site, and we just don't know as humans how to like dispose of things properly and like what we're doing until like we've already done it. Like we don't, you know what I mean? So I think like that's actually all like it's global warming, but I think that's also like shit that they're doing. Like I think that is their doing. And they're pushing to like have more things like there's been, so when I was working at Veg Nation, they used to come down because it's a vegan restaurant. For those who don't know from the name, you could probably tell. But it was a restaurant in downtown Las Vegas, and we used to have people come in for Burning Man. And like I used to be like, because I'd tell them, I'd be like, oh, that sounds like so fun, but like I don't think I'd be able to do that. And they're like, well, you need to go with like a group. And like it was always like a thing where they're like, you just need to go like pay $300, and then you go and like you'll bring stuff, and you have to go with people who have been before, and like it's a cool community and all this stuff. And then I think this was like 2012, and then Paris Hilton and celebrities started going out there, and like,
Yeah.
and I think that was like that was the beginning of the end from the people. From like what I heard, they're like it's really not worth it to go anymore. They're like these are probably the last years you should go, and that's what I was hearing then. So I'm like it never really like appealed to me because it does, like I don't know, I lived out in Nevada, it gets fucking hot. I was in Death
I
Valley, it
mean,
got
I don't
windy.
think just because I know you, that is not something I would ever ask you to go to or recommend or would want or have you in mind because first of all, like it is about your teamwork in the camp. You hate the outdoors. I would not be able to depend on you like I can depend on you in other situations. You
Yeah,
are
no.
not the teammate for that adventure, you know?
No, I'm
But
definitely
like
a follower in those situations. I'm like, you can give me a job and I'll do it, but like I'm not going to be happy about it, and I'm not taking a
no.
leadership position. Like I'm not like it's never been like a thing for me to be like, you know what sounds fucking fun? Like you see my life and how I'm struggling to survive and like in amenities. Now let's remove those amenities that make life
See,
easy.
but then, like, you take a look at me, and for some reason, that is how I like to spend my free time. Like, the island, like, let's go on a side mission and just move to the Caribbean with no power for like 8 months. That was the whole thing. And then, like, yeah, Burning Man, when I was sitting there in the dust storm thinking about it, I was like, this is a lot like what I do on my free time. Like, just go and struggle in other places and try to survive with the kindness of others around me because there's always bad weather and no money.
I mean, it's kind of just like the human condition, I feel. Like it's just we all and I mean, like as you get older, I think it also goes back to like trying to find a sense of community and like those are people and humans in extreme situations it form extremely close bonds very quickly. So you're almost like an adrenaline junkie for human connection. Like
Yeah, and then I mean, I do think about like think about my friends who like Destiny, like how close we became just off of that, couple weeks that we knew each other on that island trying to survive, and now we're like great friends forever.
I mean, it's just like there's like situations that like literally bond you for life to people because you just like nobody else has experienced them. You went through this rough thing together and you survived. And it's like, it's a condition. It's like the human condition. It's just like I don't know. It's beautiful, I think. And like, I don't know. I think that there's always going to be an end times thing. Like, you know how many times, especially growing up Christian, where it's just like, my sister still sends me to this day, like, it's the end times. We're in the end times. And like at the same time, she's sending me scripture where it's like, no one knows the day of the hour. The next video, it's like, it's coming. There's a blood moon. And I'm like, so which one is it? Does no one know the day or the hour? Or are we just like, what are we? I was like, I can't live in constant fear. Like, we're all going to die. Like, nobody is escaping that. Like, and
Yeah,
nobody knows what's on the other side. And you know what? I'll hedge my bets. I'll ask Jesus into my heart. If I'm wrong, what's the worst that's going to happen? It is what it is. I'll hedge all my bets. I just want to be a good person. I don't need Jesus. I don't need God for me to be a good person, to leave people better than I found them. Like, I know right and wrong, and everybody's like, sense, you know what I mean? So it's just
and that's the thing. It's like who's really to say what is right and what is wrong?
and I mean, we all can agree that murdering somebody on the playa and burning rock is wrong. Like, that's just,
Correct.
you know?
Correct. Yeah, there's no reason to murder any of that. There's no reason to do any of that.
Like whether you believe it's because he was at Burning Man and went to the orgy dome and the temple or worship, whatever, it's wrong. Like you
Well, the
can't
orgy
victim
dome
blame
did
these
not
people.
happen this year because the wind blew it away.
So Sodom Gomorrah, God destroys whatever. Those are the things that like bother me though. That people say those things because I'm like, well, like, but like you're victim blaming. Like you're like basically like, well, like because they live this lifestyle. It's like, it's the high risk lifestyle
And
argument all
that's
the
the
time.
thing.
And it's like
And that's
life
the thing,
isn't
though.
high risk though. These situations are not
Everyone's,
high risk. There was a bad person that did a bad thing, and we need to find that bad person instead of being like, oh, it's too hard to find that bad person, so now we got to make everybody behave because this one person can't. Fuck that.
right. Yeah. No. And that's it's not. And everything that happens out there happens in the real world. You know what I mean? Like it's not
Yeah.
like there's these people are still doing that shit when they're outside in the real world. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. Who knows? Because I mean, I don't get that fucked up. Like my first couple both years really, like I do, like I'm into my mushrooms, like don't get me wrong. So like I had like a night at where I did mushrooms at both, burns, but it's not like I was fucked up the whole time.
Right.
I like and even then, like it's because like and I don't normally trip. Like that was the first time I've probably tripped in like a year. Like I do it when I'm on vacation and when I feel like I'm in a safe space. You know what I mean? And like
Right.
that is like a cool space that like I feel like I can even trip over there because I feel like I'm so safe. Like I feel like nothing's gonna happen. Like I don't feel like I'm gonna get murdered or anything's gonna happen. I'm with good people. And like the art is really fucking cool. And I'm like tripping on art, It's
Right.
just I don't know. It's a fun experience and it does give you a lot of reflection in like at least mushrooms do for me.
Well, and that's that's the thing too. It's like you can only speak to like your experience and the people that we surround ourselves with and the people you know and the people I know. Like if we were to go out and do those things, like we'd all have pretty similar experiences. But I know people who have taken shrooms, taken acid, and been like, the devil is in you and I have to kill you. So
I
it's
mean,
like
I've had bad trips too, don't get me
no,
wrong. Like
no,
I've
no, but that's not
definitely.
That's not like a bad trip. That's like a bad person that took something and had a psychotic like break. Like I remember like my friend telling me that her and her friend and like her friend's boyfriend like all took shrooms and everything was fine. And all of a sudden the dude like turned on both of the girls and was like, "I have to kill you. Like I need
Ugh,
to." And like so then they had to like wrestle him down and like basically fight him off and tie him up and like keep him restrained until the shrooms wore off and he wasn't trying to kill them anymore.
that's terrifying.
Yeah, I'm like,
But
that's
that is
not.
like, I don't know, like, but that's, and that is a scary thing about like drugs. I don't know. I haven't, like,
It's just like
I,
it's the scary thing about honestly men. Like it's you know what I mean?
men.
Where it's like God knows, and I don't want to victim blame. We
Well,
don't know
I
what
mean,
happened, but like obviously like things happen out there and like there's no cameras and a woman might have felt like like something like maybe he wasn't doing something right, maybe he got fucked up because he was trying to be a bad person, you
I
know
mean,
what
that's the thing. But you
we
know
don't
what,
know.
though? Like, I'm okay, so I'm gonna just compare this event to like Sturgis, completely different demographic. So many murders happen out at Sturgis, and there are still like 300,000 people who go to that event. You know
Yeah,
what I
but you also
mean?
got to think about Sturgis as a bike rally and like not to like victim blame there either, but like it's a motorcycle gang. Like obviously things are going to happen because things have been planned to be happening at those things because those are the times when rival gangs see each other.
But that's not even like where I'm going with it. I'm just saying, like, when you have large groups of people
Well, yeah.
in a city making a city, murders happen. Like, it
Well,
doesn't matter. Like,
it's the
because that is
70,000
human
thing.
nature.
Yeah,
It's
it's
human nature. Like, even like Lord of the Flies. I love that
oh
book. I
god,
should.
yeah.
I'm. I'm gonna read that book. I think that's gonna be like this month. I'm just gonna reread that book because I love that book so much. But it does like
Have
it's
you seen
that
Yellow
is just
Jackets?
human nature.
Have you seen Yellow
What is it?
Jackets? Yellow
No,
Jackets?
it's
Watch Yellow
uh-uh.
Jackets. It's Lord of the Flies. It's basically Lord of the Flies and fucking Lost mixed together.
Okay.
It's a high school girls soccer team that crashes on an island on their way to finals and they have to survive together.
Okay.
And they're high
You
school
have to
girls.
text it to me.
Yellow Jackets. It's so good. I feel like I've tried to tell you this before.
I think you have. That's why I was like, I feel like you have told me this
Because
before.
I love Lord of the Flies, and every time I watch that show, I'm like, this is just Lord of the Flies. This is just Lord of the Flies. And people are like, what? And I'm like, this is just human nature. This is what people think. Like, they don't want to think about it. They don't want to look at it because it's ugly, but this is human nature. If you put them all together, the bad people, the sociopathic people, are going to rise to the top as leaders, and everybody's going to follow suit because mob mentality. And it's a human condition to want to perform to the group. You want to fit in because the people who don't fit in get fucked. You have to conform. And like sometimes you got to conform and people are doing crazy shit and then you're all doing crazy shit.
Facts.
I'm like you start eating each other. Cannibalism.
And
Look
that's
at the
the thing,
Donner
there's no
Party.
like avoiding it. There's no avoiding it.
It's
Like
just
it's just like society consistently after like history repeats itself, you know? Like we
yeah.
form our own like our own like what is our own judgments in society, what's right, what's wrong, what makes you strong, what makes you weak.
Yeah, our morality and our ethics, like what we
But
value.
really we're all the same.
And the thing is that we're not all the same, and that's what happens. And so it's like like the prevailing idea, like there's just always gonna be somebody. Like there's always gonna be a light and a dark. There's always gonna be a yin and a yang. It always is, and it's always at a constant fluctuation. And sometimes bad wins. Like it
Are
just
you the light
does.
or are you the dark? Am I the light or am I the dark?
I think everybody is both. Like everybody is both. Everybody has the capacity to be both things, and situations will bring out the worst and the best in people. And sometimes you just got to learn how to taper it so they're not as extreme. So it's like
Yeah.
maybe like my good and like some people are sociopaths and they're just terrible fucking people and they're just gonna be terrible people, and some people aren't bad people and then they get money and then they start doing bad things and then they become bad people because they were doing bad things and the little part of them that was bad just got because money doesn't make you bad or good, but it definitely like inflates whatever was already there.
Yeah.
I just think that there's too many billionaires. Like there's too much wealth hoarding. Like there's just too much shit happening, and there's no ethical billionaires. So like everybody who has that kind of money, like has had to like turn off that part of their brain that tells them like, hey, that's bad.
Ain't that the truth though? I
Uh,
feel like I've had to learn how to d- drop my ethics and things to make money sometimes.
You do like it's one of those
Like that
things.
one time I became a cam girl.
But see, but your ethics are different than somebody else's ethics, where it's like there might be somebody who like doesn't value sex at all, or there's somebody who might just straight up do porn and not give a shit and like advertise. You know what I mean? Like there's different sliding scales there. And then there's people who are
Yeah.
guns for hire. There's people that will murder for money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't. I can't even murder for the love of the game.
Oh yeah. I can't even murder like an animal.
I can't. I have a hard time killing cockroaches now. I don't know what happened. I don't know where the switch happened. I don't know how to turn it back. But I feel empathy for every living thing now. I can't even squish ants without feeling some side of regret. I just put them back down. I'm like I can't. Like I can't avoid killing animals sometimes, but like I'm not gonna purposely go out of my way the way
Yeah.
that I used to. Like you know, like not even thinking about it. I'm like why are we all so casually cruel? Mosquitoes are a different story. Yeah, I'm sorry. I gotta kill black widows too. But like other than that, I'm like, if you're not in my house, I had to kill a whole bunch of spiders the other day and I felt terrible.
Oh, I had to crush this. I had a spider that was like the size of a golf ball in
You're
here the
sick.
other day.
You're sick. I was like, I cannot imagine. I like went outside and I was looking at like the rail and I was like, there's a lot of spider web. And then I look and I was like, there's a lot of spiders. There was like 30 spiders. I was like, oh no, like I'm sorry, like you can't be here.
You gotta go.
Yeah, I'm like, I got a spray, so now I'm like, I just, like watch them, and then like the big ass roaches. I'm like, the only time I'm like, I gotta kill you, or you gotta like run out of the house real quick because I'm not scooping you up, and you can't stay.
Yeah, the scooping thing. I gotta kill a mouse in here. I think there's a mouse in my cabin right now. Oh, I hate that.
But we digress.
We digress. Well, we
Murder
did
on the
pretty
playa,
good murder on the playa. Is that what this episode's called?
I guess.
And
Reasons
then
why I'm never going to Burning Man.
I won't go back for a while, but mostly because I know my friends aren't going back. Like my two friends who like run the camps, like if they go back, I'll go. But it's definitely about your team out there, and like surviving in the desert is not fun with not a good team. And I hear about so many other camps who like have a bunch of freaking floozy woozies who like don't help set up, don't cook, sleep in, miss their like shifts and shit. And it just doesn't work when you're trying to like survive in the desert.
No, like, and that's the thing where it's like I don't like I wouldn't choose to go do that. That doesn't sound fun to me. But like, if I was in a situation where I had to do it, I could do it.
Yeah, I
Like I've
wouldn't
been
choose to
camping. I went to junior
go.
jamboree.
I wouldn't choose to go. Yeah, I would not choose. Yeah, and again, like I've never actually gone to Burning Man because I was like, "Ooh, I want to go to Burning Man." It's more because like my friends are going to Burning Man and I want to spend time with my friends,
Right.
and it does sound like a really cool experience. And it is a really cool experience,
I'm sure.
but is it something that I would go without my friends? I don't think so. And
Yeah.
the right friends, because like I said, like as much as I love you and I love to travel with you in a hotel, you're the last person I'm gonna go camping with.
No, I'm the last person who's gonna sign up for that.
I just remember that one time you were like talking to me about my camping sandals or
Oh, your
whatever.
hiking sandals. Because who the fuck
My
hikes in
hiking
sandals?
sandals. You were like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, because who hikes in sandals? I am not sandals. Like I'm like, no, there's snakes, there's things. Like no, like that's no. You hike in closed-toed shoes. And then I'm like, I'm just not the type of fit where like I'm gonna be crossing rivers or doing any. I don't know. These gorilla grippers need socks and shoes. They are
I'm
not.
so dead.
They are not. I'm like, this pedicure is expensive. We are not doing open-toed shoes on the hiking trail. That's some crunchy shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I like to suffer. For some reason, I'm
I,
into it.
more power to you. I am Parker Posey now. I am not at an age where I don't want to live a comfortable life.
I understand. I understand.
I was like, it's fine. I'll go glamping. Like, I'll go stay at those freaking animal inns. I'll go take care. I'm just not. It's because like I did it for so long for nothing. Like, absolutely. I took care of 6 horses, a dog, Christmas trees. Took care of chickens. I lived on that island with you. You know what I mean? Like, I went through hurricanes in the Bahamas by myself. Like, I went to prison in the UK. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm good. I don't need any more struggle.
I just need a little reminder every once in a while. I will say that I've gotten better at like taking it a little less extreme. Like the island really kicked my ass and taught me some shit about myself.
Dude, islands do that. Like, people are like, I would
I'm
love
like,
to live
these
on an
fucking
island.
people think Burning Man is hard. Go to St. Thomas for 8 months.
Dude, I absolutely cannot. So, like, people are like, well, living on an island is fun. I'm like, girl, I've lived on St. Thomas and I've lived in Nassau in the Bahamas. And you know what islands are good for? Vacation. They are
They're
not
good
good to
for
live.
vacation. No,
They are
they're not
not
a.
fun. I was like, after you've been there a month, 2 months max, like, you're good. Like, you're done. There's nothing else to see. You see the same fucking people. You do the same shit. The food is terrible unless you're eating at 5-star restaurants every night. And who has the money, especially if you're living on the island?
Yeah, you definitely don't. There was there that was it was so expensive out there.
It's because it's expensive, and people don't realize that. I'm like, it is so expensive to live on an island. Like, and like, I'm sure even Hawaii. You growing up in Hawaii and stuff, like, I'm sure that's more expensive than living out here. And I've lived
Oh
in really
yeah.
expensive places, Naples and Los Angeles, two of like the most expensive places besides New York in this world.
Yeah, it is expensive out there.
And the island was more expensive for
Any
shit
island is expensive. And
because it's
that's why it's
expensive
like
to get shit out there.
and even like that's why I'm like for how expensive it is, it's just not worth it to me.
No,
And
like,
because like the
it's just not.
hurricanes, everything is kind of like it gets all dingy because the storms are always blowing through. And like I'm not hating, it's still a beautiful place. It's nice to again
Vacation.
visit, but like to live like I am not like you don't like camping. I like to be somewhere that I can have electricity and DoorDash. Or like like I
It's
don't know.
it's
It's
fun.
just
It's fun to
yeah.
live for a couple weeks. Like I said, a couple months tops. But like,
And I
I
don't even live in the city now. Like I still live
no,
pretty remote, but
I can't live in the
there's
city
more
either.
amenities than that.
I,
I
there's
can drive to the city, which is an hour away. I can't do that on the island. Remember when you got stuck and how you just ended up there?
yeah,
Because
yeah, I
the
do.
airport just wasn't there. The
Yeah,
staff just wasn't on island time.
I opened the airport with them. I opened the airport. What?
I I don't know how that happened.
Because it's an island and they're on island time. I was talking to the security guard who was, or no, it was the dude because he was like, you could use my points. I was like, what? Where am I? What twilight zone did I just enter? Where it is me and this lady, and there was a flight leaving in like 10 minutes, and the airport wasn't open.
This is like not, and like that's what people are asking me too. They're like, "Well, how are the planes there?" I'm like, "Because they're on the other side of the airport. You have to get through customs to get to the plane."
And like, honestly, the planes are just sitting there, and most of the time the planes aren't there, which is why I was there and the plane wasn't.
Right,
The
exactly.
plane was stuck in Puerto Rico. And then my flight, or no, what was it? The plane was stuck in Miami, and my flight to hop to was because it was going to Puerto Rico because major airlines don't fly to smaller islands. You have to island hop. In the Bahamas, they don't have air control towers. They go by sight. They cannot fly in storms because like when they island hop from island to island, those planes don't. They just radio each other and hope they see each other. There's no air towers.
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
It's insane. I'm like, I don't. And then coming back from the island when I was driving on a 6-lane freeway, I was like, I'm going to die. I was like, the things we do as humans every day, like, it's just illogical. I'm surprised more people don't die from car accidents and airplane crashes daily. Like, when people were like, planes are crashing, I'm like, they're probably not any more than normal. I'm like, do you
Yeah, that's
understand
what
how
I'm
many times
saying.
planes
They
crash?
really aren't though. Like people die like all the time. It's really sad and crazy.
I'm like, it's
And you never know
insane.
when you're going to be on one of those.
And that's the thing is, like, we shouldn't know. We should not know about all of these things. Like, the little that we do know makes us insane. That's why we don't know about everything.
That's probably why our mental health is just going down. Because, like, back in the day, like, people didn't have social media to stress themselves out about things.
You know what else we didn't have? TV. And you know what else we
Yeah, we
didn't
didn't
have was
have any of
broadcast
that.
news. So, like,
I will say that's why I just don't watch. I haven't watched the news since the first time Donald Trump got elected. Like, that's when I stopped watching the news because I was like, there's no way the Apprentice guy is going to become president. And here we are.
twice.
Twice. I don't even know. I can't even. We can't get on this topic. We don't have enough time today because I got to go in 10 minutes.
Same. So I was thinking the same thing, but I was like, we could pretty much wrap it up here anyway. Uh, but insanity. Yeah. So we'll keep everybody updated with Murder on the Playa. And I guess what other travel tips we can do? We touched on pretty much everything except for like our cruising, but we can do a whole episode on cruising, honestly.
Yeah, we'll just do that like next time or something. We'll talk about that time we went to the Bahamas.
Yeah. Cool. Speaking of fun drug trips,
A good story for the next episode. That one time Faye ate mushroom chocolates out of our mini fridge on the cruise
you
in
know,
another
the
country.
reason we have the rule, don't touch the food in the safe.
Big rule. And now every time I travel with people, I'm like, don't eat any of my chocolate in the fridge.
You're
I
like,
even on it now because you are definitely not the first and only person who has eaten something out of the fridge that came from my drug bag.
my whole thing is I read the ingredients, like because I'm vegan. So I don't know. Anyway, story for next time.
Sorry for another one teaser. We'll see you next episode, which we're gonna get done this week.
Yes. And we might even have little episodes because we did record some stuff. So,
There's
yeah.
just about to be a ton of our nonsense on the internet.
There's just about to be in what is that word? Indulated? Is that a word? Indulated? How do you say that?
Infiltrated?
No. Oh gosh, this is not a vocabulary podcast. Inundated? Inundated? I don't know.
Inundated.
Inundated? Is that the word I mean? I don't know. When you're
Inundated.
completely like submerged, submersed, I don't know. I need
Inundated.
coffee.
Inundated. I'm
Inundated.
inundated with bullshit. Yeah, inundated.
Inundated. Okay, cool, awesome. Vocabulary word. We all learned a word today. I
We're
half
probably
knew.
gonna get comments that were just wrong.
You know what? I don't care. They're comments. Comment that we're wrong. Comment that we're right. Comment that you hate us. Comment whatever you feel. Don't comment you hate us, please.
Be nice.
Yeah, be as nice as possible. But if you do choose to be mean, know it helps anyway. So whatever. Stay
Okay.
foxy, I guess. We need to sign off too.
Stay foxy, signing off.
I'm Faye.
I'm Foxy.
Bye.
Bye.